Fox's misleading and defamatory coverage of 2020 democracy has sparked big problems and major costs for the company this week. We saw part of that. But consider a list of the blowback. You have Dominion's victorious $787 million defamation case, the other open Dominion case against Fox guests like Giuliani and Powell, this new whistleblower case that we covered tonight. Then you have a whole separate $2 billion plus Smartmatic case that's still open, the past firing of Lou Dobbs, yesterday's firing of Tucker Carlson, and an avalanche of damning evidence and secret tapes pouring out across multiple cases. Now, take it together, digest it, and it's a lot of hugely expensive problems stemming from the same original sin of bending to Trump's failed coup plot. You look at that up on the screen there, and you can imagine Rupert Murdoch thinking how many problems you got, a lot. How many lawyers you got, a lot. Now, we first reported on this program, when these cases began and it wasn't necessarily clear what would happen, that courts would be a forum that Fox could not control or spin. And this is playing out now. If you've been following it, the courts have proven it much, much tougher on Fox and its hosts than issues in, say, journalism and PR that are just debated perhaps endlessly. They're different for Fox than courting an audience in a right-wing bubble or even dealing with the other branches of government. You know, Fox has sway over politicians. The sitting speaker bent to former Fox host Tucker Carlson. But courts are not like the political branches. The evidence and facts revealed through these cases has been exposing these problems with Fox, and it's not over. There's more court cases to come, as you've seen. Tonight, we reported on the new tapes of Ted Cruz that come from inside Fox. We learned about the special counsel requesting them. I have more on that by the end of the hour. Our colleague Nicole Wallace also reporting on evidence from inside the making of Tucker Carlson's show by that producer turned whistleblower. And then, as I mentioned to you, there are still more tapes coming. Consider someone who was mentioned earlier tonight, one of the top coup planners, Peter Navarro, who, as of tonight, is still the only Trump White House aide who served in the White House up through January 6th and has been indicted in a January 6th linked probe. Mr. Navarro spoke to that same Fox producer in a different private call off air, blasting Trump's inner circle for failing to fully fund, basically, their effort to steal the election. And Navarro, in this call that I'm going to play for you for the first time right now, he alleges that those other Trump aides cared more about enriching themselves than helping him try to pull off the sweep or coup. Here is the new Navarro tape airing for the first time.
But he also has to clean up the people who surrounded him in the final days of the administration and who are crowding him now at Mar-a-Lago. Like tens of millions of dollars left in the campaign that they didn't spend when it came time to challenge the election issues. And that was criminal.
What happens to all that money?
Well, now they're going to go to, I'm not name names yet. Bill Stubby and Justin Clark are like the campaign guys now, and they'll go on the payroll and they'll spend that money. And it'll go right into their pockets. Brad Parscale might even get some of it. It's crazy.
Well, it's not just any names he's naming. Navarro blasting a top Trump campaign official and lawyer, Justin Clark, and former Trump campaign manager, Brad Parscale. These people work very closely with Trump. Now, this jousting behind the scenes shows some of the depth of the infighting after the failed coup. Now, I did want to say, in fairness to those names mentioned, there haven't been any public charges against either of them. And while Mr. Navarro may have been using the word criminal sort of colloquially or with poetic license, it is Mr. Navarro who faces the criminal process. He was indicted and now awaits a criminal trial.